Welcome back to Sister Talks. I'm your host, JM, and this is my co-host.
I'm Tatiana. Today we have two special guests. We are going to be interviewing them about teenage life and entering young adulthood and what they do now to navigate through their daily lives. We'll let them introduce themselves.
Well, my name is Money, Big Money, the Honey. I play football. I'm a senior now, going into my last year, getting crazy. My other sport, I wrestle, and that's it.
My name is Jayla. I'm 15 years old. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm in choir.
Okay. Today we are going to start off with a little bit of an icebreaker. I wanted to ask everyone, as of right now, what is your biggest worry in life?
Well,
Donnie, you could go ahead.
my biggest worry is my mom and my little sister. That's my biggest worry because I won't like me. I just want them to be straight. Like if they straight, I'm straight. That's my biggest worry. Like if there's something wrong with them, there's something wrong with me, and it's like that's my biggest worry. And like I want to play football for the rest of my life, so I got to do anything to get there.
Okay, so my biggest worry right now is just my business is being successful, and I said it's with an S, like all my businesses. I want to be successful. That's my biggest worry.
I have a lot of I worry about a lot of stuff. But my biggest worry is in the future that I'm not gonna accomplish everything that I want to accomplish, and I'm gonna be stuck. And yeah.
Me personally, my biggest worry as of today is probably similar to Jayla. I just feel like I could do a lot, so I'm hoping that I'm able to accomplish everything that I set out to accomplish. So I would say that's my biggest worry as of today.
Okay. For you guys, is because you are young, what do you feel is expected of you as far as school, your parents, and your friends or peers? And Jayla, you can start.
For my mom, it's to have straight A's and she really want me to have straight A's. Just have good grades. Be social. My whole family wants me to be social with everybody, confident. Just be like a social butterfly, but I'm very antisocial. So that's something they want me to do while in high school and just do stuff, activities and everything like that.
Well, for my mom, she really just want me not to fall behind because she know how I am. I like to catch up, not do nothing then catch up. She really just want me to stay on my work constantly and just do it. Really, I'm a social person. Like mostly everybody in my school know me, so I'm just real social. Like I'm mostly the funny person. I guess they say I'm funny. All that, and that's it.
So as far as your peers, like friends, do you feel like they have expectations from you, or are you expected to be something or to them? Do you have any of those issues?
Well, not really. The only peers that really it put me to a standard is probably my teammates, to really focus on what I'm doing, my work, and if we on the field, to stay focused 100% because if you know me, I could lose focus real quick. I do like to play. I'm a playful person, so they just want me to stay focused. That's really it. If they really expect something out of me.
You want me to go too?
Yes.
Okay. I wouldn't say my friends are slow or nothing, but I would say I'm the smartest in the group, so they expect me to do all my work and just focus on having what I want, A's and pass my classes. So they want me to do my work, even if they don't do it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, when I was younger, back in my high school days, long time ago, I was one of the kids that I was very social. I knew everybody, but I also was good in school as well as far as my grades and stuff. So because I was expected to go to school and have good grades at home, I did that as well as, I was more of a popular kid, if you want to say. So I feel like my friends expected me to be at the parties or be, into everything. And I had strict parents, so I couldn't really do too much in my earlier years. Once I got older, I could do whatever I want to do. But like my freshman year, I couldn't really do too much. But yeah, I ain't really had no expectations from nobody other than to get good grades in school from my household, and then my friends, just to kick it and have fun and be the life of the party that I still am.
For me, my dad just wanted me to get like good grades. It wasn't like high expectations, just at least like passing, I think he was good with. And then I only had about like 5 or 6 like really close friends in high school. And we kind of all like did the same stuff. We were in like the same club, the same program, stuff like that. So like I wouldn't really say there was like too many expectations. I feel like we were all like on one level, kind of. I did have some friends that were like smarter than me. So they would help me in like math and stuff like that. But other than that, like I don't think it was too many expectations. And I didn't have that many friends either. So
Yeah, it's funny that you say you and your friends was into the same things, because like my best friend now, and she was my friend in high school too, she was into like other stuff that I was no way like thinking of. And I'm not gonna put her business out there. She wants to join the show again and talk about, her past or something. Nothing too crazy or nothing. But yeah, like when I was younger, I was pretty naive and innocent. I'm not even gonna say naive. I was really innocent. So yeah.
I just say I'm not an innocent person. I do what I do. And another thing, a class that cheat together succeed together.
You said what?
A class that cheats together succeeds together.
I second that motion.
I'm the person who helps the people. So like they cheat off me. Yeah.
I was a cheater as far as like not in high school, but more so in college. My sister had the same class as me, and I never studied. I knew she was going to study, so I cheated off her. So I agree with y'all too. It's better to cheat than to repeat.
Yep. In high school, it was collaboration. I don't like to call it cheating. It felt like collaboration, teamwork. In college, I didn't have the same major as none of my friends, so kind of did my own stuff. But in high school, it was collaboration.
That's a good way to put it.
To talk a little about the importance of other people's views on you. We already talked about that briefly before, but I want to touch back on that again. And then also how social media may play on that, because I know social media is really big in the 21st century.
I care about what people think a lot, like a lot. So yeah, like I don't post like I have one picture on my like Instagram, because like all my pictures I take, I don't like them, or because I think like, oh, they're gonna notice this, or like, yeah. So what was the other question?
Oh, you covered it. It was about like social media too. You talked about social media. So you don't post at all, or do you just you'll post and then you'll go back and like delete them?
I post on my story. Like I don't actually make like a post that stays there, and like people could go back and look at it. But yeah, like I post on my stories. So, because after 24 hours, it's gone. They can't, yeah, look at it again.
That's why I like the Snapchat so much, because I felt like you could just enjoy that day and it be gone. They don't have to keep going back and looking at it. And then they tell you if somebody screenshot it or, reported or whatever the case may be. So I really like Snapchat for that reason, for in the social media world. Because I think about like a person being able to zoom in and do all that type of stuff too, because I'm a zoomer inner. Guilty.
Me too.
Me too.
Well, with me, I'm like the total opposite. Like, I know y'all love y'all stuff, like, but I'm like in love with myself. Like, I got myself on my lock screen. Like, I love myself. I post myself all the time. And like, to be totally honest, I really don't care what people say, because I'm me. God gave me this body. I'm gonna be me. So like, I never really care. Like, 'cause that's what my mom, she told me. She like, you don't get another one, so you better, like, you gotta appreciate it. Like, I love myself. Like, you could zoom in, you could do all that. I'm still gonna be me. It's not gonna hurt me. It's words. You saying what you saying, but I'm still gonna be me. And I just like, I love, like, really, I just love looking at myself. I don't know if that's like being weird, but I just love looking at myself, stuff like that. And like, I post on Instagram, Snap. It's just like, that's just me, because I just love myself, and I love social media, and I'm a social person, like real social. So like, that's what I do. And I got a lot of, like, I wouldn't say like close friends, but I got a lot of friends. So like, it's like it's just stuff I do with them, it's different stuff. So I just like love being that type of person, because people like if people really make fun of me, I'll laugh with them, because sometimes it'd be funny, but it's really like nothing I really heard before. Like, it's not a lot of stuff you can continuously say. It's just, and really people can't hurt my feelings, because I really don't care. Like, especially if it's just some random person, like, I'm not gonna see you again, or I'm not gonna like you. I'm gonna see one comment, and you're just gonna be a regular person. Like, I'm never gonna see you. I'm not gonna talk to you. But like, if my friends say something, like, usually it's funny, I laugh it off, or I just say something back to them, because it really don't matter to me, because I love myself. And really, can't nobody make me not love myself.
I just want to say how completely different we is. Like, if somebody tell me something, like, they be like, I can see your sock. I'm gonna look at that picture for the longest and like be like, dang. Then that's gonna make me delete the picture. Like, if you a stranger, if you my family, my friend, like, can't, like, and I'm very insecure, like very insecure. So I wouldn't say I love myself. So, well, that's kind of harsh, but I'm not conceited as dying.
I feel like it's just a mindset, though. Like, you just gotta have in your mind that it's you. You feel me? Like, it's just you, and really, you can't have another body, so you just better appreciate it. Because if you just go by, just like, not saying you gotta love yourself, but be like, you just go by, be like, oh, this, that. You're not gonna really enjoy like being yourself, because you're just gonna be looking at what other people say, and it really don't matter, because you are you. You can't really, you got to live with yourself, so they not living with you. You feel me? So that's what I think. It's just in my mind. That's just my mindset.
So to you, self-love is very important, basically, because
Yeah.
at the end, when everybody gone, you still stuck with yourself. So you gotta love who you are. And I can't really relate to y'all as far as like the social media, because back when I was in school, it wasn't that big. Like, we did have Facebook, and it was big, but it kind of got bigger as I got like in my senior year of high school. We had MySpace and stuff, but it wasn't like it is today at all. Like, it's not like it at all. So the worries that y'all probably face now, I didn't have to face that, so I can't relate. But Tatiana probably can definitely relate, because she, 3 years older than one of y'all.
When I was in high school, I didn't post really on Instagram. Like JM said, I like Snapchat more because it goes away. It tells you people screenshot it, that type of stuff. So in high school, I was like Snapchat heavy. I did like have Instagram, and I would like scroll and stuff, but like I wasn't really posting. And then in college is when I started getting a little bit more into Instagram, like sophomore year of college. And now I post on Instagram regularly. But yeah, Snapchat is definitely my favorite of all the social medias, I would say. And then I'm like a mixture of Jayla and Dahani. Like, I do men and stuff like that. So like I'm kind of like cautious of like my background and like that type of stuff. But then at the same time, like Dahani said, like you're only gonna be you. You have one body, you have one everything. So it's like you're either gonna like love it or you're not. So
Yeah, and I think you misuse the word as insecure. You might just have insecurities that you know you working with. So I don't think you insecure because I live with you. I know you ain't that insecure. You real
I have my
cocky.
moments.
You have your moments. So I feel like when you say insecure, uh maybe it's the way it was used to kind of, it was like, because I don't know. I don't get insecure as much as like how you saying it, because you're kind of cocky a little bit. So, and I mean, you are Watson, so.
And I feel like Jayla, you could like grow out of that, like you know, 'cause, like this was my mindset always. Like it was a time where I did care about like what I wore. Like sometimes, like I really don't care. Like I wore a bonnet in the airport. She was auntie was asking, "Why you wearing that bonnet?" I'm like, "Cause I really don't care. Like I'll wear my bonnet wherever I go. Like I really don't care. Like I really used to. Like I wouldn't even say like freshman year. I say like around seventh grade, like around that time, like I really did care about what people said, like because I had like I had a fresh new haircut, like people was laughing. Like now I probably wouldn't care at all. Like it's my hair, you don't have to deal with it. It's my hair. But now I really did care. Like it was like it wasn't my mindset always, so I feel like you can grow out of that because I did. Like eventually I realized that they really don't. I really don't care what they say, and they don't have to live with me and they don't have to deal with me 24/7. So I might as well just get used to it and love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like you.
Nothing wrong with caring what someone think, but don't allow it to make you and break you. Because we all, some way and form, care about how we present ourselves or how we viewed out in the world. We don't want, like me, I don't want to be looked at as a mean person or something like that. So we all care, have some type of care about how we are perceived in this world. So it's nothing wrong with caring. It's just don't allow it to change who you is inside or make you be something you're not just because of somebody else's opinion or something like that. So, and I'm like Dahani. I'm more of Dahani. I'm not as conceited as him because he sound real conceited. He said he loved himself about 50 times, which is good. I want my kids to have self-love as well, but I really don't care. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. I got, as you get older, you gain more weight or whatever. Like I'm not as small as I used to be in my pictures, so that does play a little trick on me sometimes when my body ain't looking all that good. But I'm still, if I look good in the picture, I'm posting it. Like it's some stuff I just don't care about, and it's like Dahani said, you only get one body, so it's either I'm gonna embrace this body or work out and get this body how I want it to look. And I've been driving past the gym ever since. So although we already spoke on like expectations and stuff, do you feel that your parents have unrealistic goals for you guys, or do you feel like they pretty much accomplishable? And Dahani, you can start.
Not at all, cause they really know me, so you know they know what I do. Like especially in school, they know what I do. I feel like I take school like not as serious as I should, cause I play sports, but like I get my work done. But like they don't have expectations like crazy, like A's and B's, cause they know like that's not the person I am. Like my teachers always say I could get A's and B's, but that's not the person I am. Cause when I do try in school, like it's like I get like a C, like that's the highest grade I might get. Like it's not that. That's just how I am. Like even if I do, because I remember I tried the whole last semester and I still got like a C average. So it was just like they don't got crazy goals. They just know like I just got to pass, and if I don't pass, it's gonna be a problem.
My mama basically like bribes me with money So like she says, if I get an A, money, and if I get a B, the money is taken off. And then if I get an A, like she want me to get all A's, like I said. Like if I get anything lower than the B, she take money off. So that never happened. So yeah.
So they're not unrealistic to you, or you feel like they're pretty accomplishable?
What she asks me?
Yeah, like the things that she expects of you.
I could do it, but I be getting distracted. Like if I really set my mind to it, I could do it, but I don't know.
So
It's hard.
y'all can get to the goal of what they want. Y'all just kind of don't want to do. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. Let me write this down.
I wouldn't say I do what I want to do. It's just like during the day. I get up at 6 in the morning. Like I get up at 6 in the morning, especially during football season. I get up at 6 in the morning. I gotta go in that school, and trust. I do not like school at all. But my thing is, I gotta do it for a reason, and that's for something I love so much. So I do it. So like it's like you want me to do that at a high level, get all A's, and then go out on the field after school. You be hungry, tired, and then it's like 95 degrees, and you gotta like just work some more. Like it's just like crazy to me. I feel like that. And wrestling is just a whole nother like story. You in a hot room, sweating for an hour or something. So it's just a whole nother story. Like I still like they don't have the expectations that's just like overly crazy, but they like people know I could like get the grades. It's just that I feel like that's just not the person I am, because I just need to do what I need to do so I can have at least enough energy to do something else, especially like a sport that take up so much energy and time.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with you already knowing school isn't for you. Like at least you know, but you know that you have to get decent enough grades to be able to do football and wrestling and things you like. So that's a good way to look at things as far as meeting the goals that you need to meet. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Let me think. My school is like ghetto, so I wouldn't like it's hard. Like I was a freshman, so I'm still getting used to things and like being able to stick on all these classes. So what I mean by like probably next year, this year, I'm gonna be better because I'm already used to it. But like he a senior now, but he used to it already, and I just started high school, so it's gonna be better this year. So, but yeah, like
you basically getting the hang of things. Basically,
yeah, I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah.
Oh.
So.
I think what Dahani said was really important. I think it's important for parents to know their kids, because you don't want to, if you know that your kid isn't like up here, you don't want to set those type of expectations because then it can make them feel like a failure. Like when I was in high school, I wasn't a straight A student. I'm kind of like an A/B student. So it's like if my dad always expected that of me and I kept trying to do it and wasn't able to achieve it, like that would have made me feel like, not the best, but that's not me. Like I try hard and then I'm an A/B student. So I don't know what I would have to do to be like an A+ student. And then I know in high school, like sophomore, junior year, my dad always wanted me to do like medical school and do something in medicine. And like that is heavy on math and science, which I am not good at. So that was an unrealistic expectation. But other than that, like grades, like when I brought like A's, B's, a few C's, like I was all right. So I think knowing your kid is important, because I couldn't do anything past that, even if I tried today.
Yeah, I didn't have any like unrealistic goals when I was younger. I pretty much had like almost the best grades in my household, so I thought I was the top of the world. So I didn't even think about the people in the school, or if I was like, because one year, my freshman year, my first year of high school, I was like top 25. So I thought, okay, that's cool. Even though I could have tried to go for top 10, but I wasn't even really trying. I was just, doing what I was supposed to do, or whatever. But I always brought the best grades. And in my household. So I thought I was the best. So could nobody tell me nothing. So I ain't had no goals. They ain't say bring this in, but I did used to get bribed with money. So I could relate to you, Jayla. And money, it'll do it. It'll do it.
I know if I get bribed with money, I get better grades.
Well, maybe I should tell my sister that.
Okay, so now I wanted to ask you guys, what is your communication like with your parents? Do you feel like you're hurt? Do you feel like communication is cut short because you're a kid or a teenager? Jayla, you can go first.
No, I don't communicate with my parents like that. They don't take me serious. Like, I'll be talking to my mom and then I'll bring it up like the next day and she'll be like, oh, we was talking about that. Something like that. Like, I don't feel like I get heard enough. And both sides, my dad and my mom, like, he don't listen at all. But, like, yeah, that's why I talk to JM a lot. Like, that's who listens. And yeah.
My stepdad, like, I feel like he listened more than my mom. Like, he'll actually talk to you more than, like, my mama. But, like, my mom, like, she'll talk to me. But, like, I feel like she, like, if me or, like, if I say something, it's always, like, she think it's coming off as disrespectful. And, like, most of the time, I'm really not being disrespectful. I'm really just saying it, like trying to say something to her, and it's like it's smart, or I'm trying to like talk back or be disrespectful. Which I don't feel like it's disrespectful because like in my way of saying it is not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to like talk to you and say it, but like she take it as it being like disrespect, or I guess it's the way I say it. But I don't feel like it's disrespectful for me to say it. Like not because I'm trying to be disrespectful. I'm just like trying to say it to tell you so you could know, like something like that. So you just won't be like, cause like they yell, so so you just won't be yelling. Like you're not yelling to yell at me. You yelling basically. That's hurting your voice because you yelling. So like I just be like telling you to tell you not to be disrespectful.
So you feel like you communicate better with your stepfather than your mom because he listened and you're able to talk, and your mom kind of just basically take when you speak back as disrespect. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like with him, he'll be like it'd be probably like I wouldn't say it's like a shouting match, but it'll just be like he'll at least like let you speak and let you say what you say. But like my mom is just like, oh, you being smart, you being this, like shut up, this, that. That's what it's like. It's like it's not even a chance for you really to say something because it's like it's gonna come off as disrespectful in the first place. So she don't even want to hear it real.
Okay.
Can I add another thing?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I misspoke about having like my dad don't listen to me at all. Like we'll text, like we just had a conversation, but like we'll text and then he'll call me after, and it'll be like nothing happened, like the conversation wasn't even talked about. So, like, but that's what I mean. Like now he's getting better. Like we even have conversations now. He'll stay on the phone longer, and we'll be talking. Just want to rephrase my.
So you saying that you feel like when you bring something up to your dad through text messages or like whatever happens, like y'all conversating through text, when y'all actually are on the phone, the conversation that happened during text don't get brought up?
Yep. Or in person.
Oh, yeah. So you feel like basically it is just once you say it, it's left alone. It's not basically solved, no closure to the.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so me, I'm gonna speak because I'm older. I'm y'all auntie, obviously. So I got my siblings back, and I also have y'all back. So I won't I'm in the middle. I feel like because I understand the adult mindset, and I'm like 31. I said like I am 31, so I'm 31. So I get the old mentality of I'm you the child, I'm the adult. You right, I'm wrong. Whatever I say is what it is. I get that because that's how I was raised. But now in the new generation and me being like a lot of people outlet, Like a lot of people come to me, like Jayla said, she's talked to me or whatever, and I have other people that talk to me. I could see both sides. So I do feel like it needs to be a new way of like the kids being able to express their feelings or, you know, be heard, because they going through a lot of things we never had to go through. So I feel like the old way of you the child, I'm the adult, need to go out the window. But it's also easier for me to say that because I'm not a parent, and I'm always able to like be the aunt in the situation of, you know, people talking to me or whatever. But I'm also those my siblings, so I'm gonna rap for them as well. So I don't know, I'd be caught in the middle, but I do think like the kids should be able to be heard or whatever. And I know how I feel to not feel like what you said was heard. So I know the feeling, and I know the feeling as an adult. So I could just imagine you coming to your parent or whatever, and they not listen and make a point not feel valid or something. So I just think the way of communication through parents and children should be different, change. And hopefully this episode will open, you know, the eyes of the parents.
I would say personally for me in high school, my daddy's not like a yeller or anything, but I feel like he's so much older that like a lot of his mindset, he's been having this mindset for a very, very, very long time. I feel like it's different if you're like, you know, younger 20s and you're having kids and they're changing mindset. Like my dad was like older. So it wasn't like I felt like he was hearing me on what I was saying, but he wasn't really like listening to what I was saying and like understanding. Like for certain stuff, like he thought that college was just like the only way to go, and you know, and the medical field always has like jobs in it. So when it came to like that type of stuff, he was like pretty much set in his mind, which made me thought I was gonna do like nursing or something, even though I would have probably flunked out week 2. But then like I don't know, when I started like doing stuff, he has no, you know, choice but to accept it because it is like my decisions. So I feel like in high school more so, I was like, I felt kind of unheard or whatever. But then in college and now like after school and stuff, like I think my dad do like hear me more. But I think that like some of my siblings, my older siblings, are having trouble to realize that I am an adult now and that I have like a voice. And it's weird that like they don't see that, but then my dad is like, oh, they have to realize that you are grown now, blah, 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 like that type of stuff. And you are older, you do have your own mindset, that type of stuff. So it's like I feel like no matter what, it's gonna be, I don't know, because you guys are only 15 and 17, but I'm 21 and I'm still having trouble feeling like heard from people that's adult figures in my life, in my family, that type of stuff. So it'll keep going. That doesn't make it right, but it'll keep happening probably until I'm like 30. Probably till you guys are like 30.
But I feel like it always should be that like respect level, like not saying like I'm gonna be the perfect parent, but I feel like with my kids, like I feel like with anything, like because when you play a sport, it's different. When you got people counting on you. I just feel like if you respect somebody, they give respect back to you. Respect is a two-way street. You just can't have respect with you just like, oh, I respect you, but you don't respect me. And it's just like, oh, whatever you say, don't go or this, that. Like, I feel like that's just not you respecting somebody at all. So like I don't say like 'cause I don't know how I'm gonna be as a parent, but I know like I'm gonna give like my child or like any child that respect at a certain like point because like I know how I feel and like I want you to respect me. So I gotta respect you at a certain point. Like it's just like oh everything I say is right and everything you say is wrong because that's not the case all the time because nobody's always right, nobody's perfect, nobody's just gonna just know everything, especially from a kid because you don't know what's going on with a kid. And every generation is different. You just can't know everything because how you was brought up and how your generation is because everything is different. So I feel like respect has always been a two-way street. I feel like if I gave somebody respect, they respected me. So like I feel like what's the reason not to do that? And like if somebody say something, at least listen to it. Like, at least listen to it. Even like, especially a grown person, if y'all both grown, like y'all both grown, y'all really should both respect each other. There's no way that you should have an opinion and they be like, oh, that's not wrong. You should just be quiet like that. I feel like if you grown, you got an opinion, y'all should both respect that. And I feel like like really as a kid, you should respect that. But when you grown, it's just like, I feel like you have to respect that because they're grown too, just like you. It don't matter if you're 35 and they're 21 or 20, they're still grown, they're still adults. You gotta respect them like they're an adult.
I agree.
I like when I feel like I'm being a little disrespectful, I'll be like, sorry for saying that, and they'll be like, oh, that's your opinion, you weren't being disrespectful, that's just how you feel. And I like that. So like my parents never tell me that like I don't know how to explain it, like they respect me. Like they don't be like, you're 15 like that. They'll be like, that's how you feel, and like that's your opinion, and yeah, stuff like that. So I always
So
do that.
the line between, like, basically your parent do know more than you because they've been through things that you haven't been through. So basically it's a line between like knowing what's best for you to do and your opinion, or having I guess having an opinion, or having something to say. So it's just a line between the two, because at the end of the day, your parent gonna want the best for you or whatever. So they're not gonna steer you in the wrong direction. And when you get older, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, most of the time you're gonna be like, my parent was right, 9 times out of 10. So, but it's just the different lines between the two or whatever. And I feel like because we are older and we don't know what you guys are going through in this generation, in school, in fashion, in social media, and all the other things, that we can learn from y'all. Like parents can learn from the kids as well. Like it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street, like the honey said, in a lot of things. So I would want to take that when I become a parent, to listen to my kid. Don't just think because I'm the adult, everything I say is right, whatever. I'm trying to get out of it because I think I'm right about everything. But I'm working on it.
You do.
I don't like to agree, but okay.
But who like being wrong for real? Like nobody like being wrong at all. Like if you wrong about something that you feel that is right, you don't want to be wrong. So you just gonna keep fighting for it to be right. If it's like you gonna die for it. That's what I feel like. Cause especially if you know you wrong and you just gonna still just like keep talking about it and like you right. That's what I feel like what most parents do, because they don't want to feel like they wrong. Because like if they feel like they wrong, then the kid just gonna be like keep on challenging them. Like I see that like if a parent be like, oh, I'm wrong this time, but yeah, I'm wrong one time, but I'm mostly right. I feel like if you wrong, I don't say you should apologize, but sure, you should like acknowledge that you wrong and be like, oh yeah, you was right. I feel you was right. But like most of the times, my mama most definitely is right. My stepdad most definitely is right. But like it's sometimes where I'm most definitely right. And they like, I don't know if they don't apologize, they really don't say nothing, but they'll still like fight for it and still be like, oh yeah, it's this, it's this, it's this. And like I know that they know that it's wrong, but they just gonna still keep going for it.
And that's the part of being an adult, just acknowledging you're wrong, because you're gonna be wrong outside of just being a parent. You're gonna be wrong in a lot of things or whatever. So it's just basically part of being an adult, just being okay with being wrong and acknowledging you're wrong. Like I try to do that for the most part. I'm working on it. Work in progress.
So back to your parents and stuff, how do you feel as like seen? I know we talked about, do you feel heard and stuff? How do you feel about like attention wise and seen as like, I know Dahani spoke about, earlier your mom would give you guys long talks in your room and stuff for a few hours that instilled like these values into you, but now it like lessened. because like now she has like a toddler now. So I want to ask you guys how, how did that work for you guys? So Honey, you can go first.
I'm the middle child. People say like middle childs, like kids don't get seen, but I most definitely get seen. I'm the biggest probably in the house, so I most definitely get seen. Like I feel like I'm the most active in the house probably, like especially because like my oldest brother, he do what he do, like so like I feel like especially because most of the time it's only me and my little sister, and I love my little sister to death. So I usually like my mama doing something, I got it, but like I feel like I'm seeing a lot, like most definitely, because like that's one thing. Like my mom and my stepdad, like they got it, like on go with. Like if I got something, they'll take me to it. Like if I need something, they got it. Like if I didn't have something, they gonna go get it. Like football games, they there. My mama sat through a whole wrestling tournament with my little sister. So like I feel like I'm seen. I feel love. Like like if that's like a part of it, I feel seen, all that stuff. Like it was never like a problem like that I felt like, oh, they don't see me, they don't worry about me, stuff like that. I always felt like they did, because they most definitely care. I feel the care, I feel the love, and they see me.
Cause you the biggest in the house. You said they gonna see me.
I'm the only child, so I don't deal. I would say I get all the attention, but can't really say that because I don't. Like, other people think I'm spoiled. Well, other people think I'm spoiled and get seen a lot, but myself, like, my mom is a workaholic and my dad lives in a different state. So, like you said, your mom goes to your wrestling matches and she's there. And, like, most of my like award shows, my parents wasn't there. Or, like we never went to like parent teacher conference ever because they was at work, or my dad doesn't live out here. So I wouldn't say I would, like, knowing that I'm an only child, you would expect me to have all the attention, but I don't. Like, I don't at all. Like, I have it enough, but not as much as you would think because I'm the only child.
That's interesting. That's really interesting, actually. And I live in the house with you, so I know your life or whatever. But it's interesting to hear you say that, especially thinking you are the only child and you're the only child on both sides. So that's interesting.
I would say I lived with my sister when I was in like middle school. So her 3 kids, they were like heavily involved in like a lot of stuff. I wasn't involved in that much stuff, but like I was in choir, like Jayla. I was in choir and I did like soccer in like 5th grade or whatever. And even though I didn't do nearly as much stuff as her other kids, she was still there for all the stuff. And then my dad and my other sister, they would like drive out every weekend when I had a soccer game in like 5th grade. So I definitely felt like I got like an ample amount of attention for the amount of kids that were around. And then in high school, when I lived with my dad, it was only me and my sister Tahara. I'm a little bit more social. I'm a little bit more involved in Tahara. So Tahara might feel like get less attention and stuff. But I want to say when I did live with my sister, like I still got support, attention. It was always someone at the choir things or my like soccer games, even though like the other kids did like way more stuff. So that wasn't an issue.
Speaking a long time ago, back when I played basketball, volleyball, I ran track, and nobody came to my stuff at all. Like I have nobody. I wasn't even looking for nobody I knew was nobody gonna be there. My best friend when I was in high school playing volleyball, she came. It made me feel good. My sister Jawanda, old best friend, she brought my nephews, Dahani and DJ, and I think a couple of more people to one of my volleyball games when I was in high school. So, when I was growing up, it was 8 kids that lived in the house. So, I didn't feel like I didn't get attention because they didn't come and stuff. I just figured, I don't know, I never seen people, I never expected them to come. Like at my assemblies when I did like, little singing stuff, award shows. I used to have a lot of awards. I was an active kid and I didn't have the support. So, thinking about it, it brings back like memories and feelings. So I'll probably talk about that on another episode. But yeah, I didn't get a lot of support. I didn't feel not seen, but maybe I didn't know, But thinking about it now, I'm like, wow, I was in a lot of stuff. Nobody came. I was like in a lot of stuff. So yeah, I only had like 2 people come to my game, like 2 things of us out of my whole little, athlete life. So yeah.
I feel like I play better when like people not there. Like when my mama there, I hate to lose when people watching me because it felt like I'm a failure. Like when y'all used to come to my like 8th grade games, like y'all used to see us lose. I really used to hate it because I remember y'all was cheering for me and stuff. I'm like, man, we losing by 50. Like they over there cheering, we're losing by 50. Like it used to hurt. Like because I know y'all used to want to see me do good, but like the other thing is like I always want to show out. I'm like a showman, so like when people like I look like when people watching me, I feel like I do good. But like when my mama there, like I feel like I gotta do a lot better. Or when like y'all there, I feel like I gotta do a lot better because y'all like really want to see me do good. So I gotta do a little bit more. And that's why I feel I play better when y'all not there, or when like I feel like people not watching me specifically because like. If like I feel like when y'all there and watching me, like y'all watching me the whole entire game, even though y'all really don't know what's going on, like y'all just watching me. So I feel like everything I do is just like like, oh, look what he just did, look at that. So I just be like, oh, I gotta play like perfect.
And thinking about that, I don't know how well I would have played if people was there because nobody was there. But I was a beast though, like, and you can check my stats if you don't believe me. But yeah, I don't know how I would have played. But thinking about like what I stated earlier about like nobody being there and I didn't know it affected me, but maybe that plays a part of me wanting to be at everybody's stuff. Like I want to go to Jayla little events, or I want to make it to my nephew games and stuff, like if I can. So it's like maybe it did affect me and I didn't know it. Yeah, I should be a therapist.
But I feel like our family like is like I wouldn't say like we super supportive, but like especially like our close, like I wouldn't say like our whole family, like our close family, like Jayla graduation, like we gonna like I graduate high school, like my brother prom, like we gonna be there, we gonna show out. Like Tata, like your graduation, we flew out, we was there, we showed out. Like I feel like we support when we can, and like if we can't, like there's a reason we can't. But if like we can, we will try at least, and we gonna show up and show out. That's what I always feel like.
Yeah, I definitely feel like our immediate family is definitely supportive. And if I wasn't I'm the 5th oldest. So if I was probably the youngest, I would have had y'all, like my siblings, to come support me. But I just know to be there for my other people. I don't want them to feel like me at 31, no support. Nobody cheering. No, I'm joking.
It's 10 minutes left again. I don't know how that happened.
No, they answered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So closing, or you got another question? Because closing is gonna be short.
I can add to what Dahani said. To live out of state, it was a lot of people that flew in, and I had a lot of people like at the actual graduation, a lot of people at like my graduation party. So I definitely do think like our immediate family like shows up and shows out for one another, because I had a lot of people to have lived not in the same state as people. Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of this episode. I really enjoyed you guys. I do have one last question as we close out. What adults in your life do you admire and look up to? And Jayla, you can start.
I gotta think. My granny. Because she went to school, like, not to like downplay anybody, but like she does the things that I want to do. You know, like she living her life. She retired, living her best life in Memphis. So I want to be like that by her age and stable. Like she went to college, got her degrees. So what I want to do, get degrees and everything. And that's who inspired me the most. That's who I talk to the most. So yeah.
Don't tell him this, but like my brother really, cause like he's smart, real smart. And he in college right now, like, and I know he doing good. Like, well, it's summertime now, but he's in college, but I know he doing good. Like, always, like, I felt like I never had to catch up to him, but I always like competed like with him, like to do good. Cause like he played like sports, but he wasn't like really like super athletic. He was always more smart. So I always like at least tried to do like I won't say better than him, but at least as good. That's why I do want to go to college. Like I don't know like how good I'm gonna do, but I know like that's the one person like I know I gotta be like, oh, I gotta go to college because I know Big Bro went to college and he did what he did. And another person I say like my Uncle Chris, like RP my Uncle Chris. He was one of those people, you know, that was just to himself, you know, and like that man, he had his own house, all type of stuff. That's how I want to be. You know, he went shopping for himself. Like my mama told me stories. Like he'd go downtown, he'd go find what he really want. Like he'd go find, and it really didn't cost that much because you like people really don't know what you got on in the first place. So he'll go downtown and the stuff will actually look good. He always dressed real good, you know, stuff like that. Like I just want to be like my uncle, you know. I just want to make him proud. I feel like more I want to make him proud. Like I feel like he watching me, which I know he is. I just want to make him proud. And I want to be like more like him.
That was nice. I'm really surprised that you said, not surprised, but it's nice to hear that DJ Dominique Damo, whichever name he wants to, inspired you or you admire him. That's nice because we as us having 10 or 9 siblings, it's 10 of us, and we kind of close and with our siblings. I like to hear that. Like it's nice to hear.
Can't relate.
And your granny, you know, I like Connie. She definitely out here living her life as we all should. Once we retire and do what we need to do, take care of our kids, she definitely doing what she deserves. So, thank you guys for coming on our show and being a guest. You guys, I learned a lot from y'all, actually. You know, you can learn from anybody, and y'all taught me that today. So thank you guys for coming. And you guys can check this episode, our next episode, on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys for watching.
Go subscribe, man.